Whoa! Excellent wheels, man! Inimitable words indeed from Slipstream's main man, Ted Malibu Beach, our very own Californian sun worshipper in the Venice Mark II Wave Glider.
Kin and Jin Matsu, the only exemptions to the rule of one machine, one flyer. Theories abound concerning the twins' alleged telepathic abilities and their ship, the GK-1200 PSI. Shaman and the Iron Bird series Buffalo GT-100. Every action has a consequence. Does the ancient medicine he speaks of really help him out there in the Slipstream tournament? Cobra and the NU-3 series Viper. An intimidating man, Cobra hails from a strict self-imposed military background.
Slade and the Mean Streak Model THX 3000. An ex-Special Weapons Marine, Slade's not only tough, he's as hard as they come. Slade? I thought he was dead. Isis the Crisis, the darling of the Nile, and her Horus Mark III Golden Interceptor. Don't be fooled by her looks, she's as tough as they come. Vicky Venice and the Knightsbridge Thunder 4000. Stunningly beautiful with a mind to match, Victoria is a breed apart, and she knows it. Raisho, ex-Tokyo Bike Gang leader and the Series Mark 21 Dragon. Raisho's true name has never been revealed to the media.
Clean-cut Eddie Royce driving the A100 Ego. He's a hero's hero, a firm believer in self-improvement and etiquette. At least, that's what they say. Horst Borsch and the deleted Luftwaffe K240 Hornet. He's one of the best drivers on the scene, but Horst's brash and unsporting manner has made him the bad boy of the track. Hi there viewers, this is Crystal Eyes and you're tuned into Slip TV, where you join us on this very fine day at the first of the North American stages of the Slipstream tournament. Today we're here at the world-famous Grand Canyon Circuit in sunny Arizona. Grand Canyon Grand Circuit. Lyle's in the hot seat today for the fly-through, so let's waste no more time and get down there right away to join Lyle Mint for today's fly-through. Lyle, it's over to you.
Thanks a whole bunch, Chris. This is Lyle Mint down here on the grid for the fly-through, and as I speak, we're pulling away from the line. Taking a series of sweeping lefts as we approach Coyote's Bar. Two ways round this. To the right's the safest, especially at high velocity, but left's the fastest. Watch those wingtips, pilots. Through a series now of hard lefts, then a right bank approaching Knievel Bridge. Take it low and through the arches, you've got no chance over the top. Screaming now towards the Arizona split. We're taking the fastest route, braking hard, angling high, and into the right split. Out from the tunnels again, and back into the canyon sections. Picking it up again over Buffalo Bluff, engine screaming as we approach Hoover Bank. It's a blind spot we're approaching now at the bank, so a sharp brake here to take this left corner, accelerating away up and over the dam, grid tunnel now in our sights. Approaching the finish line now as we take the tunnel entrance fast and low, finding ourselves back at the stands at the grid and finish line. Chris.
So that's the Arizona circuit. Not too demanding, but very fast on most of the sections. Hey Lyle, do you think Shaman's paid for this one?
Slipstreamers, start your engines!
Groundware event imminent.
A problem with that? Room for two more?
Sustaining blaster damage.
You've got a good reason to be on my part of the track. You know what an engine is?
Snake Eye! Welcome back, why'd you tell, man? Shaman is coming.
Current position 3rd.
Hey pal, you want all the room?
Sustaining blaster damage. Frag impact imminent.
Iron Bird say you too slow.
You know what an engine is?
Engine speak with forked fan belt. Call me back, why'd you tell, man?
It's party time!
Reason to be on my part of the track?
Room for two more? See ya?
I'm telling you, man, don't think that's the last for me. Shaman is coming.
Sustaining blaster damage.
Burn out! Room for two more?
Snake Eye!
You got a problem with that?
You got a good reason to be on my part of the track?
I'm telling you, man, don't think that's the last for me.
Resource supply depleted. Current position 5th.
Room for two more?
Sustaining blaster damage.
Burn out!
Oh, I broke a nail.
Iron Bird say you too slow. You have bad medicine.
position failed.
Shaman is coming.
Oh, I broke a nail.
Sustaining blaster damage.
I'm telling you, man, don't make that the last of me. Clover's back, why'd you tell, man? Bad medicine.
Oh, I broke a nail.
Current position fixed.
Well now. You got a problem with that? Don't want some more?
Sustaining blaster damage.
It's coming.
Slipstreamer, you finished third! 4 points! Welcome again, viewers. This is Slip TV broadcasting through the channels once again for another of your Slipstream fly-throughs. I'm Lyle Mint, and you're joining us today in the Windy City. Yes, this is Chicago, home to the legend of Al Capone. He was tough, just like the Slipstream pilots of today. They're gonna have to take a page from his book if any of them want to win this particular stage. Anyway, with no further ado, let's join Crystal Eyes down on the grid for today's fly-through. Hey, Chris, you listening?
I sure am, Lyle, and thanks. Beginning to speed off from the line down the straight as we rise into the first of the tunnel sections here at Chicago. Dipping now and through into the open, immediately in and back out of the tunnels to take a long right section, full power, right now, and out of the tunnels again into the split, taking the top right opening, braking slightly as we navigate the aperture, and down as we go into the tunnels, rising again to take first a left, then a right. It's right again through the lake, and back yet again into the tunnels. Taking a steep left bank out into the sun, under the city blocks, and through Capone hairpin. Another series of rights, and it's up into the rise and out past the cheering crowd. Hell, what a ride! Hey, Lyle, you got all that?
Sure did, Chris, and I'm sure the viewers did too. Well, as you saw, that was the Chicago fly-through, as only Chris could describe. She's a babe and a half, wouldn't you say? Love that English accent.
Slipstreamer! Slipstream my hands here! Green light! Engine speed, walked fan belt.
blaster damage. Current position.
Ice is down.
Engine speak with Walker and Bell. I'm ready. Racing at your...
Win this race. Get real.
I shall give you a fight. I'm telling you, man, don't think that's the last of me.
You got a good reason to be on my part of the track?
Room for two more. You got a problem with that?
Hey, way to go! Corbin's back, watch your tail, man.
Current position 50.
See ya? Burnout.
I'm telling you, man, don't think that's the last of me.
Room for two more?
Corbin's back, watch your tail, man. Hey, way to go! Snake eye! I'm telling you, man, don't think that's the last for me.
Current position second. Sustaining blaster damage.
Denied! Come!
Current position first.
Slipstreamer, you finished first! 10 points! Aha!
Hi there, and welcome once again to Slipstream 5000. This is Crystal Eyes, coming to you from the Slip TV studios here as usual. Today's featured track is the Amazon, those deep primordial rainforests of South America. Lyle's down jungle side, so let's pick up the fly-through commentary from our very own Indiana Jones. Lyle.
Sure am, Chris. Also got my bullwhip too, though I've not seen many cows down here so far. Hey, we're off! Shooting down from the tarmac from steps, angling left, then right, as we speed over the initial stretch of the age-old Amazon River. Beginning to angle to the left as we hurtle along Arawaks, the first of the two wide arcing bends running here in succession. Chance to maneuver, perhaps. Angling left now along Pizarro's, the second of the two arcing bends, taking us around a full 180-degree section of the circuit. Picking it up along a succession of lefts and rights now as we approach the Amazon split at Incas Island. Hey, Baramba, what have you done with that snake?
Habula hungarada.
This is a long and narrow ravine, winding through the jungle just like a long and narrow ravine. No space to maneuver here, that's for sure. There's less room in my pants. Out from the eye now as the river opens out into a long, wide right bend. This is Viracosha, the last chance you'll get to fight for position before the line. Over the line we go, and there you have it, folks. The Amazon. Ruthless, vindictive, and harsh. And that's just the weather, never mind the circuit. Well, you shouldn't have put that snake there then, should you? Oh, good grief. Give me a break, will ya? I'll get you another one. There's plenty around these parts anyhow.
Seems like Lyle's up to his ears in it down there, so we'll leave him and his snake to it. So that's it. That's the Amazon circuit as you'll be seeing it firsthand. From myself and Lyle, enjoy!
Try taking your foot off the brake. You know what an engine is? You got a good reason to be on my part of the track?
Shaman is coming.
Sustaining blaster damage.
Honorable, I shall kick your butt.
It's party time!
Current position first.
Toodle pip.
Current position second.
It's party time!
Sustaining blaster damage.
Holy smoke!
Broken nail.
Current position first.
Slipstreamer, you finished first! 10 points! Aha!
Hi there from London, England. Patriotism's the name and Slipstream's the game. Especially when Eddie Royce has got anything to do with it. He'll be cursing himself if he doesn't win on his own turf. Big start here, viewers, opposite Big Ben and the Houses of Parliament. Engines revving, and away we go. Lyle.
Tally-ho, chaps and chapettes! Tally-ho! Authentic, huh? Wonder if the Queen's watching. Accelerating away here at Parliament. It's a shallow right and a left that takes us from the line into the first of the glass sections and through into the regal setting of Buckingham Palace. Sharp left and right now, followed by a long series of lefts taken at full throttle towards the subway split. It's the right tunnel section we're going to take here. Nothing much between the two split-off sections. This, the Piccadilly split, being marginally the quickest. Picking up now as the two splits meet at Seward. Ooh, it's up and left and through a series of fast bends under the blast door and out across the Thames into Tower Strait. Snapping left from Towers, taking a lethal hidden dip in the circuit that the racers fondly call Death Bend. This can be taken at top speed, but, well, rather you than me. Out of a series of low fast bends now into St. Paul, whipping past the spectator stand and back into the tunnels. Left again now, out of the dip and angling up to a long right, that's Q corner. Over the line. Back to you, Chris.
Thanks, Lyle. Well, that's the London circuit, and by the looks of things, the pilots are going to find it tough as usual. But that, of course, is why they're here. Good luck, everyone. Sustaining blaster damage.
You got a problem with that? See ya?
Get my way, man. Okay, dude, I'm fine. Shaman is coming. Eat my way, man.
Sustaining blaster damage.
Denied! Come! Shaman is coming.
Current position 7.
Okay, dude, I'm right.
Sustaining blaster damage.
Eat my way, man. You have bad medicine.
Room for 2 more?
Surf's up. You have bad medicine.
Ice is down.
Sustaining blaster damage.
Room for 2 more?
Shaman is coming.
Sustaining blaster damage.
You have bad medicine. Engine speak with walk.
Tia? Room for 2 more? You got a problem with that? Tia?
Sustaining blaster damage.
Room for 2 more?
Current position 6.
Hey pal, you want all the room?
Now.
Shaman is coming. Iron birds say you're too slow. Achtung! Denied cup!
Room for 2 more?
I'm telling you, man, don't think that's the last of me.
Sustaining blaster damage. Sustaining blaster damage.
Better get you!
Current position 5th.
Hey, where there's thunder, there's cobra, you know what I'm saying?
Slipstreamer, you finished 5th. 2 points. Hi there, and welcome once again to Slip TV. You join us here at Norway this fine and crispy morning for the regular fly-through. It's cold out there, folks, 10 below, so I'm told. Below what? I'm not sure. But I'm fine and warm up here in the commentary box, so below the rest, that's what I say. Anyway, let's pay a call on Chrissy down by the trackside. Chris, you there?
I'm here, Lyle, and yes, it's freezing. Hope those engines start first time. Anyway, lights on red. Green now, and away we go, spraying that drift as we accelerate away from the line past the main stand. Through and down the split, taking the shortest route. It's a tight squeeze here into the right split. Not much room for more than 1 or 2 ships at this speed, especially if they're competing for the lead position. Through the series of lefts now and into a wide right bank, approaching the connecting point. Both splits re-meet here. Opening out now from the narrow track into a series of right banks. Plenty of room here for manoeuvring. Hurtling now towards Fjord Junction. This is a series of extremely narrow right twists and turns that brings us to the bridge known as Viking Span. Like the hammer, it's tight and has got to be taken low with the aid of brakes. Up the glacial deposit of Raven's Moraine now, taking the rise at full throttle. Taking it with style. Whoa, what a ride! By the time the pilots have been round the circuit once, they'll certainly not feel the cold. Hot stuff. Lyle, you feeling the heat yet?
For you, sure am, Chris. The heating's gone mad in here. Well, that's the Norwegian stage of the Slipstream tournament, and you'll only see it here on Slip TV. Hey, Larry, you got that thermostat fixed yet? I'm melting in here.
Slipstreamers, start your engines.
Sustaining blaster damage.
Burnout.
Hey, try taking your foot off the brakes. You know what that is?
Burnout.
Toodle pip.
Room for 2 more? Yeah.
tired birds say you too slow. Shaman is coming.
Sustaining blaster damage. Current position first.
Go back, watch out, man.
Current position third.
Whoa, hey dude, I'm right.
Win this race. Get real.
Yo, watch your back. Look my board.
Toodle pip.
Current position second.
Win this race. Get real. It's party time! To the pit!
Sustaining blaster damage. Current position first.
Win this race! Get real!
Toodle pip.
It's party time!
Keep hold of your pantyhose.
On fire!
Slipstreamer, you finished second. 6 points. Hi there and welcome to Egypt. Good grief, it's hot. Here the kids don't play with building blocks, they play with sun blocks. Sun, get it? Anyway, folks, this is Giza, home to the pyramids and the Sphinx. And this is your chance to check out the circuit. Lights on red, anticipation's high, and green light go! Chris!
Thanks, Lyle. Screaming away now from the grid, pedal to the metal to hit a series of steep, fast right bends, past the first of the Egyptian blast doors. Watch the door closely, competitors. Maneuver wrong and your history. Approaching Anubis Gate's full throttle. This is the split, and we're taking the top track into and through the Eye of Horus. Through and up the Eye and down to a series of fast rights, through Temple Bank, full throttle, picking it up now as we clear Tutankhamun's rise, rapidly approaching Sphinx hairpin. Easing off the throttle slightly to take the corner, accelerating away out over the desert strait, fast now into Cheops, through the second of the Egyptian blast doors, dipping and maneuvering now left through Cleopatra. Hurtling through Nile Delta, a succession of steep and potentially lethal banks. Steady nerves needed here. I think I left mine in the studio. Left now through Isis. This is the fastest part of the circuit. Nose up. Veering steeply now up Nile Ridge and out of the tunnel back into the sun-drenched home straight. Crowd goes wild. And that's it. That's the Egyptian circuit. Phew, Lyle, you were damn right about the heat.
Yeah, and it's gonna get a lot hotter before the day's out, Chris. Thanks. Hey, the sunblock! I'm sitting on the sunblock! I got sunblock off my butt!
Slipstreamers, start your engine!
Win this race! Get real! It's party time!
Sustaining blaster damage.
See you at the block!
Room for two more?
Sayonara!
It's party time!
Sustaining blaster damage. Current position port.
Sayonara!
Toodle pip! Party time! Room for two more?
Sustaining blaster damage.
Oh, I broke a nail.
think that's enough for me.
Current position full.
Room for two more?
Position 5th.
Party time! To the pit! Win this race! Get real!
Sustaining blaster damage.
Oh, I've broken the nail.
Room for two more?
Yo, watch your back. I'm telling you, man, you don't think that's the last of me.
A problem with that?
Sustaining blaster damage.
Engine speak with walked Vanguard. Shaman is coming.
Room for two more?
Sustaining blaster damage.
Get alive!
Current position 5th.
Corbin's back, watch your tail, man. Hey, way to go.
Missile supply depleted.
I'm telling you, man, don't think that's the last of me. Shaman is coming.
Sustaining blaster damage.
Hey, way to go. You have bad medicine. Snake Eye. last for me.
No crisis for ISIS. On time!
Spirit of the beast.
Current position 6.
Corpus back, why'd you tell, man?
Slipstreamer, you finished 6th! Only 1 point! Bonjour speedsters and bienvenue viewers. Welcome to France. This is La Sompterrienne, the only slipstream circuit that's built totally below ground level. It's tough, it's demanding, and above all else, it's below all else. Without further ado, let's team up with our femme fatale for that all-important fly-through, Crystal.
Thanks, Lyle. Hi, viewers. You're joining me on the French grid, and as I speak, we're moving away from the line, straight into the tunnel, towards the first hazard, Pyrenees drop. Accelerating up the incline steadily, it's a nosedive over the summit, taken at full throttle if you dare. It can be done, if you know what you're doing. Picking it up now through snakes. It's a long series of rights, undulating wildly, twisting and turning this way and that. Out from snakes now and into the split. As usual, we're taking the shortest but most difficult route. So it's left at top speed, braking acutely to bank steeply into out. Through the entrance, monitoring our speed all the way. It's a steep dive under the overhead. And we're through, picking up speed as we accelerate into Cavern de la Concorde. Should be interesting here as pilots meet up again from the split. Across Concorde now and back through into the cavern through Serrano Slip. This is a series of fast, long lefts where anything could happen. One last chance here before the flag. Picking it up as we scream out of the guillotine, through and across the French home straight, powering across the line. Back to you, Lyle.
Cheers, Chris. This circuit has a reputation for being the most lethal of all the slipstream courses. But if you're not prepared to go for it and take that chance, then you're a chicken! From France and from both of us, au revoir!
Slipstreamers, stop your engine! Red light,
Man, don't think that's the last for me.
It's party time!
Sustaining blaster damage.
man. Whoa, hey dude, I'm right. Suck my board. Go back, watch your tail, man.
Current position 50.
Surf's up. Eat my break, man.
Sustaining blaster damage. Current position first. Sustaining blaster damage. Sustaining blaster damage.
Ice is down.
Whoa!
However, you finished first! Aloha! Welcome viewers, welcome to Hawaii. You join us on this glorious day in downtown Honolulu. Hope Ted Malibu's greased his board. Hawaii's his fave circuit after all. Chris is in position as we speak, so let's go straight over to her trackside.
Thanks, Lyle. You join us here on the Hawaiian coastal starting grid. And as you can see, we're off, accelerating quickly from the line through Waikiki and the beach blast door into the coastal tunnel. Still in the first tunnel section, accelerating hard now as we go into Volcano Wells at full throttle, hurtling across the vast open lake. Keep a foot ready on the brake. The opening to the tunnel's quite a squeeze. This area's claimed quite a few fatalities. Got to have your wits about you at all times. Down below sea level now, speeding through curls and into fathoms, flying through a series of fast corners all the way to Nemo's and battleships. The drivers won't be looking forward to these fast bends, I can tell you. We're fast coming up to the last section of the circuit here at Hawaii. A series of rights up to and round through Maui. High trajectory now out of the last of the tunnel sections, pulling low into plantations, powering to top speed. And now we're straightening up as we head back out once again into the Hawaiian coastal strait to take the flag. Surf's up, folks. Back to the studio.
Cheers, Chris! And that's the Hawaiian circuit bathed as ever in glorious sunshine. Well, what's this track got in store for us this time? We'll soon see. Anyway, for now, it's goodbye from Hawaii and aloha! Wipe out!
Slipstream has started to engine.
Don't make us loud. Whoa, hey dude, I'm right. Really screwed up. Like tell, man.
Sustaining blaster damage.
Hey, way to go. I'm telling you, man, don't think that's allowed for me.
Current position fixed.
Go back, watch your tail, man. Yo, watch your back. Shaman is coming. You have bad medicine. Speak with Walkman Belt.
Sustaining blaster damage.
Iron Bird say you too slow.
Room for two more? You got a problem with that?
Shaman is coming.
Sustaining blaster damage. Sustaining blaster damage.
Look, my board! Eat my wing, man!
Sustaining blaster damage.
Forward back, what you tell, man! Hey, way to go! You have bad medicine. Shaman is coming.
Sustaining blaster damage.
You got a good reason to be on my part of the track. Hey, try taking your foot off the brakes.
Current position third.
You know what an engine is?
Jolly boys, yeah.
You got a good reason to be on my part of the track.
Sustaining blaster damage.
Hey there. Well, that really screws things up. Cobra's back, watch your tail, man. I'm telling you, man, don't think that's the last for me. Shaman is coming.
Sustaining blaster damage. Current position third.
Cobra's back, watch your tail, man. Hey, guys. Hey, way to go.
Sustaining blaster damage.
Shaman is coming. I'm telling you, man, don't think that's that for me. Jolly boys, yeah. Get a better ship.
You know what an engine is?
Engines speak with forked fan belt. On fire!
Current position sixth.
Hey, where there's thunder, there's Cobra, you know what I'm saying?
Slipstreamer, you finished 6th. Only 1 point.
Konnichiwa, pilots, and welcome viewers to Japan, here at the Slipstream Tokyo circuit. Kamikaze? I hope not. You've got to be careful on this circuit. Look out for Fuji Climb. You'll know what I mean when Lyle takes you through the circuit. You there, Lyle?
Number 37 and noodles. Yeah, with the oysters. What, we're on? Hi there from the line. We're pulling out from the grid now as I speak along Samurai Strait, past the main stand and auditorium, and straight into the dark tunnels of the Japan circuit. Banzai! Hurtling now along Neon Mile through downtown Tokyo itself. Long stretch this across the bridge lulls you into a false sense of security before you hit Fuji Climb. Hit those brakes hard at the incline and climb this sucker. Pulling up high now as we level up at the summit, and it's up and over into a shallow dive and another series of right banks as we begin to circle around ourselves through Buddhist banks, still angling slowly right as we reach the intersection point. Picking it up now through another series of banks, angling right through pagodas. Down hard now under Fuji, angling up through a series of lefts through Shintos. Gesundheit! Fast rights now closing on the finish grid, and over the line we go! Back to you, Chris!
Cheers, Lyle. And that's the Tokyo Circuit in whole. Think you're a ninja? You'll need to be to win this one. From Lyle and myself, sayonara.
Slipstream, stop your engine! Green light, stop!
Ironbird say you too slow.
Hey, try taking your foot off the brakes. You know what the engine is?
Get alive!
Shaman is coming.
Sustaining blaster damage.
Call the thing, why'd you tell, man? Get a better ship.
Win this race! Get real!
Hey, where you go?
Toodle pip!
Sustaining blaster damage.
I'm still racing at your age.
Win this race! Get real!
Hey there, get a better ship. Sayonara! Shaman is coming.
Blaster damage.
Ironbird say you too slow.
Ice is down.
Engine speed with walked fan belt.
Room for two more?
Shaman is coming. I'm telling you, man, don't think that's the last one. Hey, way to go!
Hey, try taking your foot off the brakes.
Holy smoke! Say you're at the block. Your back.
You know what an engine is? What a good reason to be on my part of the track.
Sayonara!
Sustaining blaster damage.
Charlie boys here. Yo, watch your back! Say you're at the block.
Sustaining blaster damage. Current position second.
Shaman is coming.
Sustaining blaster damage.
For Queen and country.
Slipstreamer, you finished first! 10 points! I hope you can cope with groupies!
Hi there viewers, and welcome to the last of the Slipstream circuits. This is New York. New York, that wonderful place where the Bronx is up and the battery's down, to quote the song. Emotions are running high today. Everyone wants to win this one. One thing's for sure, and that's whenever we come back to this town, we know we're going to see something very special. Talking of which, I'm being told we can go down to the track and to Lyle for the fly-through. Hey Lyle, how are you today?
Oh, welcome to the Big Apple! Couldn't be better, Chris. Thanks. Hello again, viewers. You're joining me, Lyle Mint, once again for the usual pre-race fly-through. And as you've probably heard from Chris tonight, I'm downtown in the good old US of NY. Ooh, drifting off now from the line, and away we go, straight off early into Hudson's Curve. Following a right at Broadway. Series of laps now through Empire. Hey, there's a friendly sight, the Statue of Liberty. That has got to be the biggest ice cream I've ever seen. Anyway, left now and around and past Liberty, approaching Manhattan back. Swooping down the mile, it's a hard left here which brings us out to the finish line. Hey, what a ride! And that's all there is to it, Slipstreamers. So from me and the big broad with the ice cream, it's back to the studio.
Thanks Lyle, see you soon. Well, how about that circuit folks, cosmopolitan or what? Don't know about the Liberty though, things are never too friendly out there on the circuit. This is Crystal Eyes on Slip TV, saying goodbye from Lyle and myself. Until later, keep on driving.
Win this race. Get real. Toodle pip.
Shaman is coming.
Time.
Sustaining blaster damage.
You know what that engine is?
I'm telling you, man, don't think that's an aspiration.
Mini mines released.
Room for 2 more?
Sustaining blaster damage.
Burnout.
Mini mines released. Missile supply recharged.
You got a problem with that?
Corpus, man, why'd you tell me?
Room for 2 more?
Sustaining blaster damage.
Hey, way to go!
This way! No, I'm broke! Hey, try taking your foot off the brakes.
Room for 2 more?
You got a good reason to be on my part of the track? Ice is down. Hey, try taking your foot off the brakes. Keep hold of your pantyhose.
Excellent!
Slipstreamer, you finished third, 4 points.